Welcome to Wine and Nine, your weekly wine night discussion. We're your hosts, your guy KG, and JerryJoseph, and the lovely Jen.
This week we have KG has Kim Crawford Sauvignon Blanc. This is from New Zealand. JerryJoseph has Uno Malbec from Malbec, Argentina, you said?
Yeah, this is an Argentina wine.
Okay, cool. And then this is Gemma Di Luna. This is from Italy. This is actually a Prosecco, so it's champagne. So in case it's not good, I have some orange juice. We're going to make a mimosa.
We're going to make it work.
Yeah.
So
Right,
and our toast?
Yeah, our toast this week is actually going to be led by our friend Andrea. Andrea, go ahead and let us know what we're toasting to.
Today the toast is going to be to me because I just found out I got a job promotion and I don't have to deal with customers anymore.
Hey,
Yay.
awesome. Great. We're going to talk more later about your promotion. I'm super excited to hear it. This is the first time she's said anything about it. Awesome.
That's
Hell yeah.
lit.
Hey, to Andrea's promotion. Congratulations, friendship.
And to your
Thanks, love you
promotion.
guys.
Yeah. I like this. This is
Spanish wines on the show that we've had so far have been really good. So
you're absolutely right about that. I don't think I've ever had a Spanish wine that wasn't really great. This one, it follows the same pattern. It has it has a lot of tannins, which I really like. Because I like mine to be, the flavor is a little subdued, but in a pleasant way. It doesn't feel like it's overpowering. It's not trying to be more than it is, which makes it easy to drink. And I can see myself drinking this in a lot of different scenarios. Specifically, I feel like this would be perfect for exactly what we're doing right now, for just hanging out with friends, chatting, nothing too over the top, like a backyard get together in the summer. You've already grilled out, you've already ate. Now we're kind of winding down. This wine reminds me of something like that. A chill kickback with your homies.
like a barbecue or what kind of food?
With food, I'm not really.
Okay, well I'll be the judge.
I don't drink a lot of wine with food. I drink wine just for the sake of drinking wine.
Alcohol makes me hungry.
Ditto.
So that's why
Ditto.
it's easy for me to decide what I'm gonna eat after I drink. Okay, so you go. What do you think about your wine?
It's good. It's not bad, actually. It's a little above average, to be honest. It's Sauvignon Blanc is actually my favorite, but I always judge them off of how it's got to be this perfect blend of how citrus and then the flavor has to pop. Little on the flavor, but it's actually kind of I kind of get it like a medium body feel. It's good. Definitely more on the sour side.
Yeah.
The flavor is slightly lacking though, so I won't complain about it. I'd probably easily give it a 3.8 out of 4.
Well,
that's
a good
actually good.
rating.
3.8 out of 4?
No, 3.8 to a 4.
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
Out of 5. Okay, yeah.
There you go. No, it's not bad though at all.
So mine is a champagne, like I said. It's not as bubbly as most champagnes. It's a little light on the bubbles, which is easy on the stomach. Yeah, because one thing I hate about champagne is, oh my gosh, there's just so many bubbles. If you have a whole bottle to yourself, it's just...
I love that.
Yeah. So I actually don't mind champagne. I like champagne, not with food though. So champagne is definitely an evening out type of thing. Like if you have a section in the club.
Or brunch.
Oh yeah, mimosas at Sunday brunch for sure.
I mean, I don't drink them, but I know a lot of people that do.
Oh yeah, Sunday brunch is a big champagne mimosa type thing. I actually recently, speaking of mimosas, just to give a shout out to one of my favorite clubs in Atlanta, Blue Martini has a great brunch on Sundays, and they have bottomless mimosas, and their mimosas are they're just super smooth. I'm probably going to make a mimosa out of this just because I think it'd be really, really good. So, but this is a good champagne. It's light. It's not heavy. So I don't think that this would be something that you drink that at the end of the night you're like, oh, I feel sick. But yeah, I think I've had the Gemma Di Luna on the show before. It was a Pinot Grigio, and so I think I like this brand so far.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Cool. So we're going to talk about self-improvement this week. You know, I feel like, especially as adults, as you start to get older, you try to become better, more fine-tuned to being, you know, who you are.
Efficient?
Yeah, exactly. I don't want to just come out and say it, but you knew what I was thinking. Yeah. Efficient. So let's talk about what we're doing in our personal lives to become better, to help with self-improvement. Maybe some areas in which we are looking to self-improve and stuff like that. So who'd like to start off with what they're doing right now?
Listen, discipline is key.
Oh, absolutely.
As an adult, that transcends gender. I'll say that. That's one of the rare times I'll say. But if you're not disciplined as a human being, and I think I can almost guarantee you, with all of our testimonies, it's going to somehow work around to that being the key focal point. Like you know your own weaknesses, but the thing is, like in life, you're not forced to acknowledge them to a certain extent because we are youthful. We got so much energy.
Yeah.
But you have to discipline yourself and fine tune it to an objective, to a goal. You know what I mean? Like that's how I look at it. So I just started by saying that, like for me personally. So I would like to consider myself somewhat of a spiritual creature. I'm getting better at being able to put aside cardinal aspects of my life and fine-tune myself to be more of a spiritual person. And I think I actually made the statement even just last night. I'm not going to be dating for a while. Women tend to be quite the distraction for me.
That's not my choice.
You assholes.
But
no, it is. I'm gonna say this. I'm gonna say it is because I don't like to settle, and like settling goes way beyond. Like it's not just like I'm not a cardinal person, so I actually want somebody with good character, and I realize like 80 to 90% of people don't have that. So it's like it made my job a lot easier. Like, but I just have to be strong enough, discipline myself in terms of like having affection, companionship, all this, that, and the third.
I think you're right.
Just
I think discipline is a major factor. And no matter what type of self-improvement you're doing, there's going to be discipline that's going to be required. And I think a lot of people just simply lack discipline. What about you, Jen? What are you doing? Are you doing anything to improve your own personal life? And
I just got a new car. I just got new hair. I'm crossing things off my list. So I think I'm already headed down that road. I think next for self-improvement would be to be healthy. I've stopped, other than this show.
Physically?
Yeah.
Okay.
Physically. I think mentally I'm pretty good. I mean, other than like anxiety, which I've talked about before. But yeah, I mean, self-improvement to me, I think I just need to manage things better. I think I need to be a little bit more ambitious than what I was. But, I'm happy right now because I feel like I said, I think I am crossing things off my list. At home, I have like a 5-year plan.
Okay.
Listed out. So I gave myself enough time to have like big goals to kind of work towards. And I've crossed a few of them off. So I'm kind of excited about that. I think for me, self-improvement, like I said, just being healthy physically is a big one.
So are you working out now?
No. I'm thinking about it. I'm thinking about it, and that's the first
I'm
step.
gonna think about 20 push-ups.
No,
Yeah.
You know what? You know what's even more sad is I actually pay for a personal trainer and I never make appointments. So that's the worst part. But
Not for your personal trainer.
no, he's making money with no work. So yeah, that's fine. But
what about you, man, Mr. the perfectionist? Humor me.
There's a lot. You know.
Oh, really?
Yeah. Oh, yeah.
You got it.
So after my last breakup with my girlfriend of 5 years, you know, there was a lot of things that I looked over a lot of things, and I was like, you know, where could I have been better? Where could I have done better? And so even before we broke up, I started a relationship notebook. And
What did that entail?
yeah, I was like, don't give me that face. But so what happened was.
What
No, so she would tell me, she was like, yeah, I'm unhappy about this, or I don't like this, or, you know, all of her complaints, all of her grievances, she would say, you know, whatever it was. And so I would actually write down whatever it is that she said in ink at the top. And then in pencil, I would go in and I would do research and find out why is this the way that it is? Why am I, where do I lack? How do I improve? You know, things like that. And so we used to do date night every Wednesday. And so every Tuesday I would go over this notebook and I would, you know, go over things that I've found, things I've researched, things that I've read. And I would like pretty much refresh myself on where I needed to improve in that relationship. So there's that. You know, I did read a lot. I did start. First of all, I started going to counseling after the breakup because it was so difficult.
No, really?
How did you not know that? I didn't tell you that.
No, possible. I might have forgotten, but it's just so unfathomable. I'm not gonna lie. Right now, I'm taken.
Bro, I had a very, very difficult time coping with it because, like, you know, she was my forever, and I was like, oh, this is it, you know. And I told her over and over and over, like, you are my last girlfriend ever, you know. This is it. And it ended. Our relationship ended, in my opinion, very abruptly and out of nowhere. So I felt like I was blindsided, and letting go of people is very difficult for me. I have a very difficult time coping with losing people, you know. And so I started going to counseling, dude. I went for I don't know. It was a couple of months.
Not long, yeah.
It was a couple months, you know, and then my counselor was like, "Yeah, I don't think you're gonna get much more from this, you know. Like she's like, you're good now, you know." So I mean, that's why I stopped. But
Smart dude, man.
yeah, you know?
But I'll say this. I find that interesting. You say like a difficulty with coping with losing people.
Mm-hmm.
I think there's a difference between physically losing someone and somebody just changing and growing and ceasing to be a part of your life in the manner that you were wishing that they were. And the only reason I say this because like that's lit that you say that, but at the end of the day, people change and grow. Everything in the flesh is temporary, and that's what life has taught me. It's like even my own wife, I can love to a certain extent, but just also realize she's a human being. You can be quite the perfectionist, but you can't be accountable for that other person's will. And so that you understand what I mean?
I think so. I'm not. I feel like I do.
What's it?
Like, I'm not trying to be funny. I think I understand what you're saying, but you know, I don't want to.
Well, I'll say this much: it's you could easily entertain the idea that it was never your fault to begin with, bro. Like people do have a process in life. And it's like, even if you do everything that's right, it doesn't guarantee that everything will turn out right.
But as a perfectionist, it's hard for me. It's hard for me not to think that I could have done something better. You know, so I read a bunch of things online. You know, I found a psychologist that I actually really understood. Like the way he presented his information and his findings and his research was in a way that I could comprehend in my binary thinking. You know, his name is John M. Gottman. I read his book, The 7 Principles of Making Marriage Work. Phenomenal. I'm actually rereading it again. It's really, really good. But
can I hold it after you finish?
You absolutely should. I think everyone should read it. Everyone should read that.
Definitely. I want to check that out, man.
The guy studied relationships, all types of relationships, over the course of 40 years, over 1,000 relationships, heterosexual, homosexual, young, old, short-term, long-term.
Wow.
And, I mean, what they found is phenomenal. So it's a really cool, eye-opening read. So I would highly recommend. Anyone that's in a relationship should read it, I think.
Well, what if I'm not and don't plan to be? Should I read it?
If you fail to plan, you plan to fail. I think you definitely should, in case you ever get yourself into another relationship and you think to yourself, you know, yeah, how do I build a foundation for this relationship? And you're like, oh yeah, that's right. According to someone who's researched it longer than I've been alive, the core is friendship. You have to have a very strong friendship.
That's a good one.
Yeah.
Why would you ever consider planning to not be?
Me and you are opposite. I am not so like lovey, like I need someone to come home to. I'm not like that. I don't feel like I need, especially right now with how old I am, I don't feel like I need any relationship whatsoever. I'm enjoying my time. Yeah.
Hell yeah.
Hey,
I disagree with all
Says the girl with
three
the
of y'all.
Yeah, right.
all that happened, because y'all are all potentially great people. Like, it's just as simple as life experience chased you away from the idea of companionship to the level of what you actually, your ideal version of being in a relationship. Something scarred you to where like you don't want to like commit to that the same way.
I just always wanted someone that
That's
I couldn't
horseshit.
have. So it's like, why want if
Because
I can't have it?
Well,
Here's the thing. I just had a friend talk with our friend Frank the other day. He was like, "Oh, you're such a great guy. You deserve to be in a loving relationship, blah blah blah." And all this, and I'm like, "Thank you for saying that, but I don't need a relationship in order to be happy." And I feel like for a lot of people, they need that. They need to feel wanted. They need to feel needed. They need to have someone else see the value in them and to validate them.
validation, yeah.
Me? Are you kidding me? Like not to be funny.
No
Not to be
validation.
funny. Not to be funny, but, and I've said this for years. I've told my most recent ex-girlfriend and all the other ones before her, no one will probably love me more than I love me. Let's be real. It's highly unlikely.
Probably because you won't allow them to.
All right, go ahead. Explain. Explain.
I love you, man.
Go ahead, explain.
No, well, what tends to happen is if you don't receive adequate, the most genuine, highest level of love that you deserve, you shell up and do this thing where like, you know what? I love myself better than anybody can simply because up until this point in life, I haven't experienced the version of love that I know that I'm capable of. And it's easy to kind of escape. Like, and I'm only saying this out of experience. Because I've been real. I'm the most insecure person you'll ever come across. I promise you.
Yeah, I see that. But I mean, from my perspective, like, the reason why I am so secure and so confident is because I really, truly love myself more than anyone else could. Like, all day, every day, I'm me. Now, here's a true story. And I tell people this, and I remember, like, people look at me like I'm crazy. Have you ever done this? Have you ever been, like, alone?
I have.
Have you ever been alone in the car? You're driving home from work, or you're doing whatever. It's nothing important. You're just driving. And then you randomly start thinking about you and your life. And you're just like, holy shit, I'm me. Like, I live this life. I have, these things going on in my life. I am this person. You check your rearview mirror, like, God damn, like, for real, like, and like
Closet narcissist. Listen,
like,
listen. Hold on, wait.
You don't just drive down the road and think about your life and just get hyped, like fucking hyped about who you are. Is that just me?
No. I do. But hold up. But where's the contrast? So I look at it like this. So much of what and who you are, you have to contribute to the experiences that you went through. That implies other people had an impact on you. Other things, even video gaming.
Yeah, well, what does that have to do with the fact that I love me? They can have no influence on me, but I mean, I still, at the end of the day, I fucking love me. Like, I literally I'm in the car, and I'm like jamming out. And I'm just like,
he's taking the shit over there. I love it.
Hey, swerve.
Hold on, but that's not. Hold on.
Like,
all right. So then we'd have to simply just define what love is, man. Love isn't just gratification. It's not just. It's all aspects of that shit, man. Like, I think you're equating loving yourself to gratifying or like. At the end of the day, do you glorify your weaknesses the same way that you do your strengths? And I think that's important.
Yeah, I mean, obviously I nurture them, and I'm looking to find where my strengths are, my weaknesses are, how they are, and to build upon them.
I'm talking about understanding that those same quote unquote weaknesses actually they illustrate. That's you. Who was that? Time to wind it up. I love it. Part 2 gonna be hella good. Y'all ready?
What are we doing?
It's time to wrap up.
Oh, just say it, Katie.
Switch time.
Hey, switch time. Let's go. We're going to the left.
Yep.
Yeah, I have orange
Try
juice in
that
mine
out,
now,
bro.
so.
Oh, I got a mimosa now.
This is. I can drink straight liquor and not make a face, but shit like this it gets to me.
You hating on the Sauvignon Blanc, bro? It's actually good, man.
That's Kimmy Crawford. You don't like it?
Who the fuck is Kim Crawford?
I don't know.
Yeah.
Cindy Crawford's sister.
I'll be honest though, you did do a good thing with like combining the OJ in there. I dig a mimosa, but prior to that,
It should be no surprise to anyone. I can't get behind this at all. It is extremely bright and fruity, which I guess if you're into that kind of stuff, that's pretty good. But light, bright, fruity, but not for me.
light, flavorless. Tannins are good.
Yeah, that's
I
no
don't
flavor
know.
in it.
Yeah, I'm good on that, dude. Like I don't taste.
Yeah, I don't like yours really.
I don't even. All right, can we just?
Yeah.
We might have to just skip this whole section.
Oh no, I spilt it.
I roll with it.
It adds character. Keep it.
Oh, yours is pretty good.
You like it? I can see you guys. Yeah.
Jam, you know.
I need another ready on my side over here. Another red drinker. But okay, so we're still talking about things we're doing to self-improve. I think Katie had something to say.
Yes, we've heard about things you're doing now to improve yourselves in the present, but what can you say about different ways that you've improved from some moment in the past, either improved yourselves or improved your lives in the past compared to now where you are?
Who'd like to start that one off?
I don't. You know me. I don't shy away from. All right, so I'm extremely emotionally temperamental.
Yeah.
So certain experiences that I had in the past made me realize I had to kind of like conquer that, cause like life doesn't work that way, man. It's like
All right,
if
explain
you
a little
can't
bit.
to elaborate. All right, well straight up, I got into once again females usually drive me towards that point.
Yeah. Okay. I agree. I see that.
Women, but it's like the worst version of myself was always experienced prior to actually being emotionally invested to somebody to the extent that I shouldn't have. And I'm learning that. It's like, keep my spirit guarded. Straight up, man. Like, even me and the mother of my child, like, we went through the hard shit. And it's like, I'm not a naturally aggressive person, but I'm also extremely patient. She pushed that. In conjunction with my fucking weakness as a man, like not being able to be honest, this, that, and the third, to the utmost. And it's like I did things that I'm actually embarrassed and ashamed of, man. Like if that makes sense.
I feel you on that. Like I truly
Won't do it again. If it's one thing you'll take from me, I'll always be compromising, but not at the sake of like just simply, I guess quote unquote who I am. Won't do it again.
Yeah, I went through something very similar to that. With one of my ex-girlfriends, I was very emotionally charged. We'll say that, emotionally charged. And so I would be the type that slammed doors and would yell and get upset and just let my emotions control me, and just lose control because of that. And after that breakup, I realized, okay, I'm still a little boy. I need to mature and be a man and get those, get those emotions under control. As a binary thinker, ones or zeros, it was definitely a 1, and now I went to the opposite side where it's a 0. So with my most recent ex, I remember
I did that.
during the beginning, I guess 2 years of our relationship, one of her complaints was that when we didn't see eye to eye, when we had a disagreement about something or we had to have a talk, I was very careful with how I spoke. I was very almost monotone. It was like I focused more on what was going on, and the issue at hand, and I didn't let my emotions get me overly charged to a point where like I would explode. To which she complained that I wasn't emotional enough, which is like you can't win for losing, right? Like, but I see where you're going with that.
I'll say when you're dealing
that.
with the feminine principle, I think this is cool as hell. It's like prior to recording what we were talking about, at the end of the day, the feminine principle's job is to actually break you down. It's like, because a better version of you only came about because of what you experienced, man. It's like, I actually appreciate that. It's appreciating that negative component to life. It's like, I'm not saying that every woman is like that, because ultimately, like, there are some women that are way more.
They would have just accepted me for who I was and see the value in that instead of being like, nope, don't like it, change it. You know?
Yes.
So what about you, Jen? Where do you see your improvements over the past?
I've definitely gotten more confident over the years.
Jen, stop drinking my wine. I'm fucking with you. Go ahead, baby. All right.
I've definitely gotten more confident over the years. I was super insecure, and I found my security within gratification from men. But I've gotten away from that a lot. So I think that I'm just self-confident. I'm not confident through anybody else. I'm definitely just more in tune with my feelings, and I used to be just like you, where my emotions were all about me, and if you didn't cater to that, then it was like we were not vibing or anything like that. And I think that I've gotten away from that a lot. I wouldn't say a lot, I'd say halfway. I need to get there fully, but I think the older I get, I do realize that I am getting to a point to where I'm just efficient and sufficient just within all aspects of life that I have. I am improving a lot. I would say yearly I'm improving, as time goes on. So I'm really proud of myself with how I've overcome a lot of obstacles I've had just within myself and my security alone. I've definitely been able to manage money a lot better now that I'm older, because I remember first getting a job.
The whole Tesla. Yeah. That's how that works.
Yeah.
You can't be.
When I was younger, I spent every dime that I got. And I remember last episode, I was going to tell you guys about something my dad would always tell me. And one thing he would always tell me is that I had a champagne mind with a beer billfold.
Yeah.
And that's a really, really, really good quote from my dad. And his dad used to tell him that, like, you have a champagne mind with a beer billfold. And that's very, very true. And I grew up to say I'm the epitome of my dad. Like, everything that he is everything that I am now. And he tried so hard when I was growing up to make me not that way, but it just doesn't happen that way. So
you say it well. Can we toast the strong fathers? That was some random shit and was some spontaneous, but it is what it is.
I can test that. I have a strong dad.
Third time. She's referenced to her father. I think that's beautiful, man.
Yeah.
Doesn't happen enough.
As far as like for me, where I've seen my most improvements, and this is extremely difficult for me, and I don't find very many things to be difficult, but this is very difficult. Over the past year, I've become more emotionally aware, emotionally present, and emotionally available. And if you know me, like, that is not easy, and I don't like it. I don't like it. But for most people that I encounter, that I have an interaction with, it's very important to them. And Sometimes it's easy. Sometimes it's easy.
By most people,
Sometimes
you mean all
It's
people that
important
you know?
to them.
So there's a. Have you guys seen the video about there's a nail in your head?
No.
Have you guys?
It's just, there's all this pressure, you know? And sometimes it feels like it's right up on me and I can just feel it, like literally feel it in my head, and it's relentless. And I don't know if it's gonna stop. I mean, that's the thing that scares me the most, is that I don't know if it's ever gonna stop.
Yeah. Well, you do have a nail in your head.
It is not about the nail.
Are you sure? Because, I mean, I'll bet if we got that out of there...
Stop trying to fix it.
No, I'm not trying to fix it. I'm just pointing out that maybe the nail is causing...
You always do this. You always try to fix things when what I really need is for you to just listen.
No, see, I don't think that is what you need. I think what you need is to get the nail
See, you're
out.
not even listening now.
Okay, fine. I will listen. Fine.
It's just, sometimes it's like there's this achy, I don't know what it is. And I'm not sleeping very well at all. And all my sweaters are snagged. I mean, all of them.
Yeah, that sounds really hard.
It is. Thank you. Ow!
Oh, come on. If you would just...
Don't.
Try to see things my way. Do I have to keep on talking till I can go on?
It's very difficult for me to be emotionally present when the solution is right there. And so over the past year, I have gotten much better at it. And I will admit that it is not always easy.
What's driving you, bro?
Is it possible that that example that you just talked about might a little bit paint women as being kind of illogical and overly emotional driven, and men being kind of logical and...
Yes, but also not just women. Most people I know, men included, are not as binary thinkers or as straight up purely logical as I am. So more so women, yes, no doubt, but men also fall into the same category. Men are like, oh, you know, I'm pissed off because of this. This is bullshit. I'm like, but the solution is right there. Why are we?
Facts.
Why are we talking about this? But you're right.
Facts.
I will say that most of the interactions that I've had, women are more logical. They're more feelings. They want to talk. They want to talk more so about why it is happening rather than how do I solve it.
Okay, but it's objectively stupid not to just take the nail out of your head.
Thank you. Like, just fucking remove it and then we
Right.
But-
She can't say that in the same breath. You gotta. Let's be real. I wish she was mic'd up tonight. God damn, we fucked up.
What's your zodiac sign? I'm curious.
It doesn't. Okay.
What is it?
Aries? Not that it matters.
He said it doesn't matter.
That so matters.
Sure.
I
yeah,
roll with
doesn't
it.
matter. I met Aries that are completely different. There's an Aries that I grew up with, and we had the exact same birthday, born in the same time zone, born in the same state, and we cannot be more polar opposites if we tried.
Yeah, I get that. I mean, but there are some truths. I was just curious.
You know what I love about that? You actually have him thinking. That's like
No.
that's the point.
I wasn't
He's
thinking. I was
thinking
thinking.
dumbass.
Don't say it.
Thank you.
Don't
Look,
say it.
I can attest to that. Yeah.
Don't
like,
say it. Be emotionally aware.
He doesn't. Mhm.
Don't hurt her. Like, just don't say it.
You can say it. I don't care.
I think it's complete bullshit. Like, I mean, you
I don't
can,
think it's complete bullshit, but I agree with you because I'm a Cancer. But there's nothing you can say. There's nothing you can say right now to offend me.
Don't say that.
You can say it, and I won't fucking care.
Oh.
But there are some similarities.
I recently went to Barnes and Noble with a friend of mine, and we picked up one of those, I don't know, some zodiac horoscope book, and she's like, "This is my birthday, and this is what it says about me." I was like, "Well, that's great." And then I read my birthday, and I was like, "Okay, so these do apply to me." And then I flipped to a random day of the year, and I was like, "Okay, blah 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 blah, also me. Random day, blah blah blah,
General.
also me." Like,
General,
this is
yeah.
you can say this about anyone at any time. It just,
Yeah.
but that's me.
I love
So what about you, Jen?
What about me? What?
I thought we were talking about.
Self-improvement?
Yeah. That's our whole topic.
Jen is fully improved. Next.
Yeah, actually, I'm there. There's not much to talk about when it comes to me.
She has arrived.
Yep.
I have, destination achieved. So.
Fair enough.
I believe in. For me, my goal in life is godlike perfection and everything.
But you don't believe
Hold on, I want every.
The atheist says.
I'm
Why
glad this is on
why
camera.
y'all
Thank
laughing?
you.
God
God-like
remind
perfection.
everyone that Jerry Joseph truly showed up dressed for Halloween one time as a massive Christmas present with a tag that said 2 women from God.
Accurate as
Hey,
fuck,
that was
right?
That was a Saturday Night.
Aw, real
You were-
talk.
You
Yeah.
were channeling Justin Timberlake on Saturday Night Live.
It was not discreet.
After the show, I know exactly what that was.
I'm saying like, my life goal is godlike perfection. You know, so everything that I do, I know that I could do better.
It's the straight face.
But when you say God-like
I know, but
perfection,
you're an atheist, right?
Yeah.
thank you. I'm trying to. I just want to know on a logical basis. When you say God-like perfection,
He means like Greek god. He means like Achilles.
Yeah,
Like perfection.
like Zeus, like all the other made-up gods. Yeah,
no. A deity is still a deity at the end of the day, man. There's some like version of a better
whatever
version.
you consider a god to be.
I got
You know, Goku reached godlike. You know what I mean? Like,
It's a fucking anime, bro.
it's a fucking
Like,
Bible. What's the difference? They both made them up. They both made up some bullshit ass stories. All right. So anyway, I'm just saying, my life goal is the search of godlike perfection. And so no matter what I do, I always think to myself, that could be better. I think it's also.
But I think the point of God is the very it's self-evident. It's like
I
you
think I
can't-
was gonna say. I
God
think it's
is-
an artist
you
thing
can't-
too.
huh?
As an artist, every time you look at your work, you always think this could be better. And then as an artist, you live your life all day, every day. You think this could be better. At least I do.
No, me too. But like that's the point, bro. It's like there's always something to be attained, yo. You can't accept that.
Wait, I can't accept what?
You're not going to be able to accept it until like certain things are.
Accept what? Like explain.
Well, there's your own. I don't know the term for it. But it's like finance. What's the verb form of like in like being finite? I don't know. Help me out.
The verb form of
Being finite, yeah.
You're mortal, right?
Right.
So that's interesting you say that.
Your immortality?
Not being godlike versus being mortal.
He understands that, but I don't know if he quite understands it. It's like, all right, damn, that was a whole double contradiction. I'm saying he doesn't. So, you understand omnipotency, but I don't think you quite get it. If that makes sense, it's like you comprehend it. I'm not attacking you by any means, bro. You
all
know
I'm
me,
saying is
man.
I want to be better than where I am now.
So we all do.
Always
That's the
wanna be
whole
better.
point of self-improvement. I'm gonna.
You
be,
know what? I just
Listen,
realized something. Hold on. Go ahead, baby. I'm sorry.
You know what? I think him and I both are at the same spot where we think that levels.
We're the same, yeah.
Are you being sarcastic?
Yeah,
No,
as a
no,
man
no,
and
no,
a woman,
no,
I would
no,
actually
no,
agree
in
with
the
that.
episode about worst traits, I was telling you like people might see all these great things about you, but you, not that you're like shitting on yourself, but you always know that you could be better than where you are now.
Yeah, exactly.
So I feel like you and I are in the same boat. So
Yeah,
not
it's like
sarcastic.
we have achieved greatness,
Yeah.
but it could be greater.
Thank you. Yes.
And it
Always.
will be because
Always.
let me tell you something. When you're elevating, it just keeps going. I mean, you could
Yeah.
go down, but it's just like for him and I, it's unlikely. So it's like we're just gonna keep
I love Jen. Yes. You're right. It can always be better. Always
and it's
be
gonna
better.
be better.
Yeah.
What's the end game?
Hmm?
All right, now
What's
I
the
ain't
end
gonna
game?
lie. I
God
know
and
we're
goddess
teetering
like
towards. I know we're about to have to cut it
Timothy.
off. I'm gonna fuck with you because I was thinking about this a little
Oh
earlier.
yeah. We're in final thoughts, Katie.
When you think
If
you
they-
arrive, you'll
Wait.
never-
Wait.
You don't have the you don't have an end game, and that's the point. It's like
Alright.
you don't know.
So final thoughts. Go.
All right, so there's no end game. So like when we
What's
talk,
your final thought? Is
I'm-
that the
I
end
was-
game?
I was talking to-
Oh.
yeah.
No, self-improvement. Yeah. Go ahead.
you don't have an end game, so that only leads me to believe like you don't. You're still a prisoner to belief, and faith more than you actually want to admit, yo. Like, there's no end game, bro. Like, you don't know where all this shit ends up.
I feel like that's a lot of projection, but continue.
I swear to God, I will reset every single one of these cameras just to debate this shit even more.
I think, KG, am I right in understanding that you may be saying about JerryJoseph that if your goal is always perfection, newsflash, you're not going to get there. So you've got to be able to accept the milestones in between and be
to some extent, but to be honest, man, I don't even think he has a fully articulated version of what perfection is. It's like he just has so much energy. That's it. I see this shit all the time, man.
But it's good energy, at least.
Perfection.
I agree with that. He learned. I learned so much shit from him. But at the end of the day, it's like your vision. At least acknowledge that it's limited. It's like because you're not omnipotent. You're not.
It is.
You have limitations.
Limitless.
Right.
It is.
That's the thing you don't do at any time. You never acknowledge your vulnerabilities or fucking limitations. And
What
I hate
limitations?
that.
I don't have any limitations. What
Fair
are you
enough.
talking
All
about?
right.
All right. So look,
I'll hold that shit. Go ahead.
For me, self-improvement is becoming better as a person in different aspects of my life. A lot of it does deviate from discipline. You know, if I want to learn sign language, if I want to be better at photography, if I want to edit better, faster, more efficiently, it's all discipline. It's all learning. If I want to become more emotionally aware, emotionally present, and emotionally available, this is all discipline. It's all things that we practice. And there are things that I'm doing day to day to become better. My end goal is better. It is improvement. There is no limit to that. If I was, you know, if right now I was at 89.9999, I could hit 90. And if I hit 90, I could hit 90.000001. You know, there's always just a little bit more. There's always more that you can do to improve. And for me, and the way that I am, I will always continue to be better than what I was.
There's nothing
And I'm
wrong
always
with
gonna
that,
drop.
B. But just acknowledge you'll never be best.
I said better.
No,
I
just
could be-
acknowledge. No, I need to hear it. You'll never
There
be
is
best.
no best when it's infinite. There is no end. Best signifies an end. There is no end to this. Not to my potential. Jen, final thoughts.
No end to my potential either. I will reach goddess limit. And cheers to that.
And cheers to Andrea's promotion. Hey, congrats Andrea.
Andrea.
Good job, friendship. So proud of you. Somebody suggests a wine that doesn't taste like fruit. Anyone suggest something.
Oh
That's
yeah,
hard.
you're requesting.
I'll buy it.
Wine is made of fruit.
Yeah, right. That's what I said.
All right, let me go ahead and just take my foot out of my mouth. But one that doesn't taste like a peach or whatever.
Oh, wait.
You don't like peaches?
I like peaches.
Okay, well, clearly not, because you didn't like my last wine, so.
Just because you like something doesn't mean you like it in everything.
He
I like
don't
peaches.
know.
I don't like peaches.
He don't
on
even
pizza.
listen. You had to ask you. I ain't gonna lie.
I said I'm looking in my wine.
That shit was lit.
All right,
All right.
buy us some wine or tell us what you drink.
Like, comment, and subscribe.
Like, comment, subscribe. 1 and 9.
All right.
Don't.
I'm about drunk, honestly. Fuck.